Drum fam, what's up? I just got invited to Thomann, the world's largest music store, and today I take you on a behind-the-scenes tour that customers never get to see. We walk through a brand new building where old houses are literally being torn down inside the new structure. Step into the guitar department to see a Martin custom shop guitar worth $150,000. Then I show you the brand new brass section, a preview of how the entire future Thomann store will look like, with futuristic lighting and digital brass stamps. Of course, we'll dive in the drum department with over 1,300 cymbals and soundproof testing rooms. And finally, you join me at Thomann's own Tollywood production studios. For ending in their massive logistics center, a facility that ships more than 35,000 packages every single day. This is day one of my Thomann journey. Let's go inside. This vlog was filmed in German, but I wanted to give you the best possible experience. Right at the start, I got taken straight to the construction site of Thomann's upcoming new store.
Hi, this is Flo, I'm from Thomann, and well, currently we are building the biggest music shop in the world with around 10,000 square meters. Well, and we will finish next year, beginning next year.
They showed me where the brand new main entrance will be. Right next to it, there'll be a brand new reception area to welcome everyone. This atrium is going to have a huge LED wall with news, deals and upcoming events. It's going to look incredible. They'll even have a live display showing exactly when your order is ready for pickup. Pretty cool, right? I asked when all of this started, and the planning actually began back in 2020. The first steps to make it real followed in 2021. Next, we go to the area where one day all the pianos will be, everything around pianos and digital pianos. And this is also where the entire studio department will be in the future. Right now, this whole building is still just an empty construction site, but it's exciting to imagine how it will look.
Mix und Master, da kann man glaube ich schon mal ganz gut reinschauen.
Then we stepped into one of the studio rooms. The acoustic treatment here is part of the architecture itself, with bass traps built right into the walls. It's amazing how much thought went into the sound design of this place from the very beginning. I heard such a cool story about the early days of this place. The owner's dad was a circus musician and sold instruments to the villages around here. His mom was running a farm on this property at the same time. Back then there were just a few small rooms, guitars in one, keyboards in another, and the lighting section was basically an old garage. As a little kid, he walked in and asked why it smelled so strange, because right behind that garage was the pigsty. Crazy how this place turned into what it is today. This whole place started from nothing and grew into something that changes people's lives. What's really inspiring is that the owner is still a true music fan, always excited, always involved, and still in the middle of everything. The team here is made up of almost 1,800 people, and most of them are musicians. That creates a special energy. Most of the team shares the same passion and speaks the same language. One thing I found fascinating, they even got rid of sales commissions. That means nobody is pushing you to buy the most expensive gear just to hit a target. Instead, the focus is on finding what really fits you. The goal is to build a long-term connection with every customer, not just to make a single sale. This isn't just a nice idea, it's a core part of the company's philosophy. Every positive experience builds trust. Trust builds long-term value. As we headed toward the next area, I was told we were about to see something really special. And honestly, I had no idea what to expect. But what came next completely blew my mind. An entire old building standing inside the brand new one. The new structure was built completely around it so that the old house could stay functional during construction. Once the move is complete, this inner house will be torn down. This was absolutely mind-blowing. It's honestly an architectural masterpiece and something I've never seen before.
Ja, trotzdem, Wahnsinn.
Next, we went up to the area that will one day hold all the string instruments, violins, cellos, even double basses, plus the classical percussion like timpani. There's even a dedicated space of about 100 square meters just for church organs. It really shows how massive this whole project is going to be. In the end, the actual sales floor will be twice as big as it is today. What's really impressive is how carefully every room is planned. Not just the colors and the furniture, but even the acoustics. The lighting itself is part of the concept, designed and tuned for each type of instrument. Even natural daylight plays an important role here. Now we're heading into the current shop. Some of these areas are already renovated and some are still part of the original store. I was told that many visitors actually plan extra time to come here. Some even turn it into a trip and stay for more than one day. I joked about hotel deals, and they're even thinking about whether a hotel on site could make sense one day. Who knows, maybe that will happen in the future. Next, we walked into the guitar department. So, how many guitars do you think Thomann sell in a day here? The range of guitars here is just crazy. For example, they sell guitars for around $149, like a Harley Benton, but it can go all the way up to $160,000 for a Martin D200 Deluxe. That's an insane spectrum from beginner level to true collector's items. I was told they recently had 2 serious inquiries for this exact D200, including one from Dubai. That buyer couldn't take it because the wood couldn't be imported there. And when I finally stood in front of this guitar, my jaw just dropped. Right now, there are about 85 classical guitars on display, which feels surprisingly small for a place this size. That's why they're building a completely new section just for acoustic guitars. Once it's done, there will be around 400 classical guitars, plus all the Western guitars in one place. That means almost 4 times as many instruments as today, a massive upgrade. It's going to be an absolute paradise for anyone who loves acoustic guitars. Next, we walked through the old brass department. You can tell it has been there for many years, it's full of character and still has its charm. But just a few steps later, everything changes. Suddenly you're standing in the completely new store. With fresh colors, beautiful lighting, and a modern design. The contrast is stunning. It honestly felt like stepping into a completely different world. What's really interesting is how the entire CI is built into every detail here. Even the ceiling lights are designed to subconsciously guide you through the store and show you where to go next. One thing they're especially proud of are the beautifully designed tryout rooms. They give you the perfect space to test any instrument in peace and really get a feel for it. What's really clear here is that every department is designed to make each instrument look and feel just right. And you can really see how carefully they've tried to represent that here. They even have custom solutions, some of them patented, like special holders designed specifically for instruments such as trombones. And everywhere you look, the price tags are digital, updated automatically, so they're always correct. It's honestly impressive how much thought went into every little detail. That alone saves about 1.5 hours every day in this department. And finally, we're at the drums department. First, we're stepping into the brand new drum department, and later we'll also take a quick look at the old section. Welcome to Cymbal Heaven. There are about 1,300 cymbals on display here. The idea is simple: show as much as possible, because once a cymbal has been played, it's basically considered used gear. Unlike a guitar, which you can just restring, a cymbal that's been hit can't go back to being new. So, this whole section is designed to let you try everything and still keep the stock moving. Even drum kits follow the same idea. Since swapping heads, tuning them and moving them around takes so much time, they keep the most requested models right here, ready to play. Everything else, the rare and exotic pieces, are available, but they might not always be on display because they're just not in demand every day. And by the way, the acoustics in here are incredible. This is pure Candyland for drummers. Next up, the snare drums, row after row of different sizes, woods and finishes. It's a dream for every drummer. These are the top sellers, and here you can just grab 3 or 4 snares and test them side by side. They're always adding new ideas to make the experience better, like these beautifully lit tryout rooms. Such a cool detail. Next, we stepped into a huge part of the new drum department, with what feels like an endless number of drum kits all behind glass walls. Many people wonder why they would use glass at all when the goal is to keep the volume down. It's not exactly the material you'd expect for sound isolation. The secret is right between those 2 layers of glass. It's actually a vacuum. Inside, the loudest drum kit can hit around 116 decibels, but outside it's only about 64 decibels. That's why we can stand here and have a normal conversation while someone is playing full volume just a few meters away. On the way to the next section, there's this massive LED wall. It fills the entire hallway. As soon as someone walks by, it's motion triggered and starts playing a video, which makes the whole experience feel so immersive. Next, we head toward the drum department that's still in the old building but will be completely renovated in the future. The first room we enter here used to be the old drum tryout room with a slanted ceiling and extremely echoey acoustics. Back then, it was almost impossible to test several kits at the same time or even have a conversation while someone was playing. Today, this space is used to showcase the high-end drum kits, the premium class. Just look at them. Absolutely beautiful drum sets. Next, we stepped into a separate room dedicated just to percussion. In the future, this section will be much bigger as part of the new drum department. Then we moved over to the electronic drums. This section will also be completely renewed, and you can tell it's about time. And this area is booming right now. So many drummers want an E-kit at home, especially if they don't have a soundproof room or can't play an acoustic kit every day. From there, we stepped into the studio gear section, a paradise for anyone into recording. You'll find everything here. High-end monitors, preamps, outboard gear, basically anything a producer could dream of.
Hey, feel free, dann geht's los, ne? Du kennst ja den neuen Bereich auch schon, ne? Also das ist hier sehr
This is the old keyboard and e-piano room, and it was never even meant to be a showroom. Soon this whole space will be completely torn down.
Das ist dann sozusagen auf der Höhe, ist dann auch wie das BR2.
Wahnsinn.
Ja, der Bereich kam eigentlich erst.
This section was actually added during the pandemic, and it completely exploded in demand. In Bavaria, Germany, every business received a digitalization grant of about $13,000. So many invested in streaming gear. There were even days when they sold around 500 Black Magic devices in a single day. Today, the whole section takes up just about 20 square meters, and this section will become much bigger in the future.
Das sind jetzt hier 18 oder 20 Quadratmeter. Gut, und das ist dann der PA.
Our next stop took us to the massive PA section, a huge room with a full stage, high-end digital mixers and powerful speaker systems. This is where Thomann regularly hosts live workshops and clinics for musicians. Just a few days before my visit, the drummer from Lamb of God played a full drum clinic right here on this stage.
Der hat hier tatsächlich gespielt, weil der hätte im Amphitheater keinen großen Sinn gemacht.
And for more storytelling style sessions, they use the Amphitheater for a different, more intimate atmosphere. They even recently hosted Simon Phillips, the legendary drummer from Toto, for an incredible masterclass. That evening, he shared stories from his years on tour, his personal experiences, and insights from a lifetime behind the kit, all in a really inspiring way. And of course, this is also where you'll find everything for live sound, PAs, mixers, and lighting gear, all in one place.
Solche Stories waren es halt einfach, ne?
I asked when the very first sale here at Thomann happened, and it was back in 1954. That moment marked the beginning of everything that would one day become the largest music store in the world. From the store, we moved into Thomann's own production studios, called Tollywood, where my drum set was already waiting for me. Thank you guys. You are too good.
Echt, danke, dass du die ganze Zeit für mich nimmst.
Easy, kein Problem. Now we are strolling around Treppendorf. We have around 1,800 employees, and the fun fact is Treppendorf has 180 people who live here.
Das ist perfekt.
We also met the head of logistics who used to work at Puma. And since joining Thomann, he's even started learning guitar. I just love how the whole place lives and breathes music. Treppendorf isn't just a village, it is Thomann. Across this area you'll find admin buildings, warehouses, store halls, a Thomann restaurant called Tea Kitchen. Thomann is everywhere here. It's wild to see how deeply music is woven into every corner of this place. And just the logistics area alone covers more than 63,000 square meters. Thomann was one of the first music stores in Germany to go online back in 1996. Customers could already order by email and later through the website, something that was uncommon at the time. They also build spaces like the Tollywood Studios, where musicians create, record and perform. I'll be there day 2 at Drum Bash, recording on site in those studios, which is proof of how much Thomann has grown from a small shop to a creative hub.
I love it.
Bauen wir komplett nach. Welcome to Treppendorf.
Es ist mega.
Und das ist auf jeden Fall nächstes Jahr auch schon fertig. So,
Dankeschön.
rein.
'Cause
Visiting the Tollywood Studios was already a real highlight for me. This is where I'll be filming on day 2. And it's also where I first met Johannes, who later became one of the key people behind Drumbash, along with the rest of the amazing team. After that, we even called Karim and asked him to come by the studios, because he had promised me a very special tour.
Jo, grüß dich. Du, wir sind jetzt gerade im Studio angekommen. Wenn du willst, komm noch zu uns. Tschüss.
I also got to see, for the very first time, the beautiful drum kit they had prepared for me. Fully set up with everything we had planned for the videos, right there in the gorgeous drum bash room. We talked about the plans for the recording session, and I got really excited for what we were about to create together.
Saugeil. Mega. Ey. Love it.
And finally, Karim brought me to Thomann's massive logistics center. This is where the scale of the company really hits you.
Ja, jeder ist Musiker bei euch. Du wahrscheinlich auch, oder?
The Thomann Logistics Center is absolutely massive, stretching a full kilometer from north to south and covering more than 150,000 square meters. Around 700 people work here, handling over 120,000 different products stored on 70,000 square meters of shelf space. Each year, more than 6 million packages are shipped out from here. That's up to 35,000 per day, or roughly 1,500 every single hour. The entire system is highly automated with shuttle vehicles, high bay warehouses, and even automatic carton sealers. There's even a green side to it. Solar charging stations, green roofs, a combined heat and power plant. It's truly the beating heart of this entire company. And that brings us to the end of my first day at Thomann. From walking through the brand new building, seeing the most expensive guitar I've ever held, exploring the new brass and drum department, and finally stepping inside this unbelievable logistics center, it's been one of the most inspiring tours I've ever had. But the journey isn't over yet. On day 2, I'll be joining the drum bash crew, together with amazing drummers like Cymbal, to record brand new drum content here at Tollywood Studios at Thomann. I'm incredibly grateful for this opportunity and to everyone at Thomann who made this possible. If you enjoyed this video, take sure to subscribe and stay tuned for day 2. It's going to be all about drums at the Drum Bash channel here on YouTube.
Okay. Wie oft denn noch? Sag mal, glaubst du, man wird tollpatschig geboren oder ist es einfach... Ist das was man ändern könnte?
Ich weiß es nicht.
Ich auch nicht. Ich glaube, das ist meine schlechte Sicht auf die Welt. So. Kannst du mir gern was geben, wenn du magst? Dann folge ich mal kurz drauf.